It's now completely done and dusted. Raila Odinga finally gives in to William Ruto's demands after he publicly endorsed William Ruto's National Dialogue report, first of all betraying his boss and the Azimio patron, the former head of state of the Republic of Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta himself, who spent billions of Kenya shillings trying so hard to scuttle the bipartisan talks because he was totally against it.
The team has come up with is ultimately imperfect and unfinished, but it is a good beginning. We have agreed to disagree on the most important matter to us. We made what we believed were reasonable proposals on how to address the rising cost of living. But the government side flatly refused, terming it their exclusive business and further arguing that they got the mandate of Kenyans to execute their Kenya Kwanza economic agenda. We will be engaging Kenyans further in the coming weeks as we must, because the pain of the cost of living is really unbearable. That the committee was not able to agree on the one fundamental issue on which Kenyans are united across the political divide. The two teams were unable to agree on the need and the means to reduce the cost of living. This is why we have described the document the committee presented as imperfect and unfinished. It was not for lack of trying on our part that the committee was unable to agree on the issue of cost of living. Kenyans will recall that at the beginning of the talks, the Kenya Kwanza administration was adamant that cost of living would never be taken to the discussion table, let alone being discussed. The Kenya Kwanza had insisted that the only issues it was ready to discuss were the reconstitution of the IEBC, implementation of the two-thirds gender rule, entrenchment of Constituency Development Fund, establishment and entrenchment of the office of the Leader of the Opposition, and the embedment of the office of Prime Cabinet Secretary.
The Azimio supporters and leaders criticizing Raila Odinga and crying foul after Raila failed completely to address the cost of living in the NADCO report. But this is how cornered Raila responded back to his Azimio supporters with a lot of pride, forgetting how they took to the streets for the demonstrations over the cost of living. During the process, several Azimio One Kenya Alliance supporters lost their lives. Majority of them were injured. Up to date, they are still in hospitals. Others were arrested. We will seek other ways to press the government to listen to the cries of the people and bring down the cost of living. The other ways will include, but will not be limited to, the consultations with the people. We made it clear we completely disagree with the government on the matters of the cost of living. We made it clear that we will support the document ensuing from the talks, but we will treat the headline on the cost of living as the beginning of another phase of the struggle. Let me repeat the last statement once again. We will treat the headline on the cost of living as the beginning of another phase of the struggle. Well, in my considered opinion, that particular statement is a total shame to Raila Odinga and the Azimio leaders for failing completely to defend its people, the Azimio supporters, after a total of 4 months long sittings in the bipartisan talks. And that simply explains as to why Martha Karua, Uhuru Kenyatta, and Eugene Wamalwa failed to attend Raila Odinga's forum endorsing the report, despite Raila Odinga trying so hard to lie to the public that Eugene Wamalwa will sign the report, while Martha Karua failed to attend that particular event simply because she is out of the country.
Nataka niseme haya sababu si mimi niko nyumbani. Si ndivyo hoja? Hapa nikisema kuna mtu anatisha mimi kweli? Jana report ya Bomas imekamilika. Sikuweko kule Nairobi, lakini wenzangu wameweka sahihi. Report hiyo inaenda kwa Mheshimiwa Ruto na Mheshimiwa Raila Odinga. Baada ya hapo itaenda bungeni ili iweze kujadiliwa na wabunge wetu. So leo nikiwa hapa nyumbani Western, tumekuwa hapa juzi tukiwa Vihiga County. Mimi nilikuwa nimesema ya kwamba mimi sitaweka sahihi huo mkataba. I said this in Vihiga hapa Western. I said this in Mwingi kule Eastern. I will not sign that agreement.
But in this particular analysis here, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to explain to you the critical details on why Raila Odinga rushed urgently to endorse this particular report, despite being unfinished, but good beginning, just like Raila Odinga addressed this event. Please listen to me very keenly as I explain to you the moment of truth. But before that, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jason, and I'm requesting you to please take a second or two and subscribe to this channel. You can also give this video a like. If you do that, YouTube will automatically recommend this channel and this particular video here to reach out to others. To my returning subscribers also, I really want to appreciate you for your continued support. Without your support, this channel cannot be where it is currently. If you also want to automatically receive the notifications updates from YouTube itself automatically, every time I upload a video on this channel, please don't hesitate by pressing the notification bell down below. Just activate it. Having said that, now let us go straight into the critical details of this particular analysis. The reason as to why Raila Odinga endorsed this particular report, it is because of the creation of the office of the opposition leader. From the look of things, Raila Odinga could not hesitate anymore because Raila needs this particular office urgently. And that is why Raila Odinga ordered the Azimio supporters urgently to prepare for the referendum. Let me read for you this particular statement here. Raila Odinga says that to create the office of the leader of the opposition or to formalize the office of the Prime Cabinet Secretary, the people of Kenya have to have their say by the way of referendum. Secondly, I strongly believe that Raila Odinga endorsed this particular report simply because the proposals in this particular report are actually advantage to Raila Odinga ahead of the 2027 general elections. These proposals will definitely shape up Raila Odinga's political survival. Like, for example, the proposals concerning the electoral reforms, whereby Raila Odinga fought for this so hard, also the reconstitution of the IEBC, and also the elections forensic audit that they agreed upon. And finally, Raila Odinga's plan to quit the Azimio One Kenya Alliance. You can clearly tell that currently the Azimio La Umoja One Kenya Alliance is divided. There is a section that strongly disputed this particular report here, like the Jubilee Party led by Uhuru Kenyatta, also the NAK Kenya Party led by Martha Karua, also the DAP Party led by Eugene Wamalwa. And the other faction led by Raila Odinga and Kalonzo Musyoka are completely and totally in agreement with this particular report. So you can clearly tell that this particular report here is what is causing the fallout within the Azimio La Umoja Alliance. Definitely, Raila Odinga and Kalonzo Musyoka are actually on the move out of the Azimio La Umoja Alliance. That is it. I don't know what you think. Let me also know your thoughts, your views, and your opinions on the comment section down below. The question here is, why do you think Raila Odinga endorsed this particular report? And to the Azimio La Umoja Alliance supporters and leaders, the question to you is that, are you totally satisfied with this particular report? See you in my next analysis, but please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Bye-bye.